Namaste, Astrology Adventures. Today I want to talk about remedial measures in Vedic astrology, also known as Upayas. And these are ways that we can modify, mitigate, navigate through the obstacle course of our karmas that we face in a lifetime. We should be able to avoid the speed bumps, the potholes, the cliff edges in our journey. And indeed, there are lots to talk about. I'm your host, Paul Manley, and you're watching Light on Vedic Astrology. So there's only ever one problem and one solution. It gets very simple. Our problem is we're disconnected with the divine. And that's always, from the moment of birth till the end of this lifetime. That's our big problem, feeling disconnected, being disconnected. And so the solution is to get reconnected, simple as that. So the Buddha put it this way: who we are arises from our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. So what he's saying is, if we improve the quality of our thoughts, we're going to improve our karma, we're going to improve our situation. We'll improve, from thoughts spring actions. So actions is our karma. So we have our sanchita karma, which we talked about in the last video, which is the sum total of all of our karma. And then we have our prarabdha karma, which is the karma that is allotted to us for this lifetime. But the real gold is the kriyamana karma, which is our current karma that we're generating by our thoughts and actions. So this is what we have choice. This is the area of choice. And so we're always modifying the karma that we came in with, which was, our predestined karma up until the moment of birth. But we've lived how many years since we were born? So we're constantly shifting, modifying. But we could do a better job by being more conscious about it. So that's what this video is about. So I remember when my son was in fourth grade, he needed to change his school. He really wanted to go to Waldorf school. And so we met with a teacher, and the meeting went very well. The interview went very well. And then afterwards, Jai said, so did I get in? There was only one position left, one seat left in the class. So he was very kind of anxious about that. And the teacher looked at him and smiled. And he said, Jai, just think good thoughts. Good things will happen. Very clear, very simple. And this is what I would say to you. Think good thoughts. Good things will happen. And the great teacher, Sri Yukteswar, said it a little differently. He says, everything in the future will improve if you make a spiritual effort now. I was having a conversation one time with Kan Rao about remedial measures. And so we're talking about, the problem that I have encountered, with, I have Westerners, they have no orientation to the Vedic culture, the yoga culture. So how should I still be promoting the Vedic remedial measures? He says, we're not in the business to convert people to become Hindus. This is a universal system of astrology. And so people should practice or make use of what is available within their own tradition, what they have a connection already with, familiarity with, and go deeper in that. But that was his recommendation. So broadly speaking, anything that we do to improve the quality of our thoughts. So yes, of course, there's what we know, there's meditation, reciting mantras, chanting, prayers, the practice of gratitude. Now that's interesting. The practice of gratitude has become quite a fad. People writing in their journals every day what they're grateful for. And that changes the quality of thoughts as you go throughout the day, looking for the grace, what's good, what you feel gratitude for. Anyways, affirmations, pranayam, hatha yoga, listening to soothing music. So this is interesting. Every religious tradition has some sacred music associated with it. So that is powerful. And, if you think of the three main classical remedial measures that are written about, like talked about by Sage Parashara in the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, the main authoritative text on Jyotish, he boils it down to three remedies, and that is the use of mantra, the use of yagya or puja, and the use of dhan or charities. So if you think about this, if we universalize these three, we have mantra, which is basically sound healing. I mean, Sanskrit is a language of sound, of vibration. It's powerful because mantra protects the mind. That's what it means. So mantras are powerful, but it's sound healing. I mean, I remember, it came out, and that conversation was also saying, people, if you go to an opera, you don't need to know what the words are that they're singing. You feel the vibration, you benefit by that. Likewise, if you're reciting a mantra, you don't have to even know what it means. If I get it, he was saying, if I get a medication, I don't have to know what the ingredients are. I don't have to know what in the ingredients does what. You just take the medicine. So these spiritual practices are medicine. So reciting mantras, but that could be as simple as listening to the recitation of the mantras, listening to sacred music, listening to whatever's uplifting to you. That's going to improve the quality of your thoughts and lead to the improvement of your quality of actions and improvement quality of your karma, sum total. So, so we're shifting from a lower vibrational state, tamasic state, to a higher sattvic state. And so the Vedic tradition, I mean, no kidding, it is chock full of incredible technology, incredible tools to make use of. My favorites are just simply japa mantra, recitation of a mantra over and over, maybe with a mala. You're counting the number of times that you're saying a particular mantra, like Ram Nam, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, or the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anyone can do this. And these are simple. Another popular one is Om Namah Shivaya. So these are all different meters, syllables, number of syllables. And you can pick your favorite. I mean, that's the important part of this, is that you feel a connection with this practice, maybe with the deity. But it doesn't need to be the deities in Hinduism. This is a universal, you might say, solution to our problem of being disconnected from the divine. So other more elaborate mantras that I find incredibly helpful, and this is talked about in the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, the longer stotrams, like the 1,000 names of Vishnu. Very powerful. It's been mentioned over 23 times. I counted 23 times it was mentioned in the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. Also, Mahamrityunjaya mantra, mentioned also many times in the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. So these are some of my favorites, but also the Lakshmi Ashtakam, Lakshmi's 8 verses. So for people who are needing a job or wanting to get married, that's very powerful for both of those kinds of issues, which a lot of people that's the reason why they're coming for a reading, is because they either want to get married or they want to earn more money or get a job. So that's a great one for that. And then the Navarana mantra, Om Aim Rim Kling Chamundaye Viche. These there's a whole technology here, a big array of tools in the toolbox for remedial measures, upayas in astrology. But then the question is, what about passive remedies? What about not something that we do, like recite a mantra or do a puja or yagya, or make a charity or dhan? What 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 about gemstones? What about paying for someone else to do a puja? So gemstones are written about in some of the later classic texts. Also valid. I mean, they have a vibration, they emit a vibration. We wear this. It is going to affect our thought patterns. It's going to affect events in our lives. But if you think about it, why has gemstones become the go-to remedial measure? Because there's a profit for the astrologer. They get kickbacks from the gemologist. So if someone's really sincere, they're going to do what is, an astrologer is sincere. They're going to promote what is best for you. Kane Rao says, what is best for you is to do the practice yourself. I mean, if you think about it, you need to exercise. You can't pay somebody to exercise for you. You can't ask somebody to go to the gym for you. So, when you do it, when you take up a practice, take up a discipline, it's a lot more potent for you, because that in and of itself is shifting the patterns in your mind. So we're not in the business, the mission of turning everyone into Hindus and doing Hindu practices. This is a universalizing of astrology. And the main thing is, if you can, do it yourself, or listen to it yourself, or attend a puja or yagya, or take up some of these other practices I've mentioned, gratitude, affirmations. Really, the list is very long. Have another person do the ritual for you if you can't do it. If you can't do the practice, you say you're ill, you can have someone else, especially someone who cares about you. So their sincerity is going into the practice. Their concern and care for you is going into the practice. I mean, yes, it's effective to have someone do a puja or yagya for you, a particular specific ritual, like a karma kanda, elaborate ritual using all of the prescribed aspects or elements to that puja, like the puja for Saturn, black sesame seeds, et cetera, et cetera. This can be done. This is a part of the tradition. But it can, for Westerners, it can border on superstition. So people often, I mean, how much benefit is someone getting if they're going, oh God, this is stupid. I can't believe I'm doing this. I don't believe in this, but someone's prescribed it for me. What level of benefit as compared to somebody who is excited to be doing this and sincerely feeling the connection with the divine as they do that practice or involved in that particular remedial measure. So here's some thoughts on remedial measures. Play around with this. Leave your comments and questions below. I read all of them and I respond to all of them. So at least I will do my best to. And the other thing is, like, subscribe, and check out my website for my membership if you want more training in predictive astrology. So namaste, and I'll see you in the next video.